Very juvenile, but I enjoyed that. Hello and welcome to Star Sports Live, an exclusive coverage of the KL World Fives. This is the match everybody's been waiting for in Group A. It's Australia versus Argentina, 1 versus 2. It's very close in that table. Take a look at this. 3 matches played, both have 9 points each, and look at the goal difference for Argentina. 23 goals. Basically, both these teams are trying to win, or at least the Argentinians need to draw to avoid Brazil. And joining me this match is none other than ex-Malaysian international 𝐕-𝐒𝐲𝐵. 𝐕-𝐒𝐲𝐵, your thoughts on this fantastic match?
Well, I think the fear of playing Brazil, will drive the two teams forward, because the winner wins the group as well. And you don't want to play Brazil in the semi-finals. So that, I think, is going to make for a very interesting game.
And on paper, the Argentinians just need a draw, but they don't play for draws, do they, 𝐕-𝐒𝐲𝐵?
No, you can't play for a draw in futsal, really. I think there's only been one draw in this tournament that involved Holland and Thailand. But really, for Argentina and Australia, you want to keep the momentum going, because tomorrow you are going to be playing in the semi-finals, and this is to determine not only that you keep your form going, but also who is going to play who in the semis.
And on paper, obviously, the Argentinians are favourite. Do you see the Australians troubling them, or do they actually have a chance?
I tell you what, they have a chance here, because I've seen the Argentinians, be brilliant 1 minute, not so brilliant the next. The Argentinians have not hit the level of consistency we are so used to. And the Australians have been good. They have been solid. They are very skillful. And it shows they have been playing futsal for a while now. From the time that PJ Roberts decided to leave Australia, futsal has really, really improved in leaps and bounds.
It has. I'm sure they haven't missed PJ Roberts at all. But seriously, for the Argentinians, you have to mention this name, Cristian Baruto. What a fantastic player he is.
He is. I mean, he's one of the most exciting players in this competition. He gets among the goals. He's very, very lively. There you see him, not very big, because in futsal you cannot carry bulk with you. Very light on his feet, and a natural-born finisher.
Well, it's all to play for, and I'm sure that the Argentinians do not want to play Brazil so soon in the semi-finals. They're looking at the dream final. Quick predictions?
I tell you what, Jen, I think Argentina will just edge this one. But having said that, even if they avoid Brazil, I think Iran will finish runners-up in Group B. I tell you what, you don't want to play the Iranians even then, because I've seen them play. So whoever that Argentina choose to play in the semis is going to be very difficult.
And for the Australians, what do they have to do to close out the Argentinians? What do they have to do to win? Do they stop them from playing their game?
No, I think Australia will go out there and play to their strengths. They have got the skills. There's good passing and mobility about the team, and aggression as well. So, Gian, for me, look out for the off-the-ball blocking, and off-the-ball obstruction, which will happen a lot.
So it's going to be quite physical from the Australians, wouldn't it?
It is going to be physical. They are going to mix it. They're going to try to upset the Argentinians and not allow them to get into a rhythm.
So it's all to play for in Group A. It's Argentina and Australia, 1 versus 2. And the winner of Group A goes in the semi-final. We know that in Group B, Brazil is already right on top. So it's all to play for. Quick prediction, Shabby? What's the score you see?
Well, I think it's going to be a very, very tight game. I just think Argentina will win by the odd goal. I think it's going to be 4-3.
So it's not one of those high-scoring matches that Argentina is used to. No 7-8 goals in this match?
No, I don't think too many. I don't see too many goals in this. Unless Australia decides that they're going to take it easy, which I don't think they will. So a tight game once again.
Well, it's a fantastic day here at Stadium Negara. It's City Day, it's a public holiday, and the fans are out here. It'll be a fantastic match. They've been looking forward to this Group A clash, Argentina and Australia. The fans have come out. They come out to watch great futsal. They look at the skills. Christian Baruto, he's a real crowd pleaser, isn't he?
He is. He is the top man, and that's one they will. And the goalkeeper, Elias, he is somebody who loves to join in the attack as well.
And the tradition here at KL5 is the national anthems of both teams. This is the one the fans have been waiting for. Group A, Argentina versus Australia, 1 versus 2. Now let's head to your commentators, hopefully to a very unbiased PJ Roberts and Paul Maysfield.
A very unbiased PJ Roberts. Well, we'll soon see about that one once the commentary gets started. But it's an Australia side that has won all 3 games, currently find themselves in second spot, know that a victory would see them through as leaders of Group A. What are they going with? Well, let's just have a look at the team lineup. Sintetis keeps his place in goal. Lachlan Wright, the skipper, is also in. But look out for Greg Giovanelli. What a player he is. Let's meet them personally.
Peter Spaffis, Australian goalkeeper.
Lachlan Wright, Australian utility.
Simon Keith, Australian pivot.
My name is Adrian Bazzari, Australian pivot.
As for Argentina, there's only one word on everybody's lips in KL, and that is Baruto. 9 goals, he is the leading scorer in the competition. Let's see him and his teammates.
Mi nombre es José Luis Godoy, soy el capitán, soy el número 8, mi posición es universal.
Mi nombre es Santiago Elias y soy el arquero de la selección argentina de futsal.
Mi nombre es Cristian Borruto, mi posición es universal.
Mi nombre es Mauro Tafarel y soy el cierre de la selección.
The Argentinians in the huddle. Chevy spoke a little bit earlier about it's the captain that gives the team talk. Not in that one, it's not, because the captain, Godoy, isn't saying a word. He's intently listening. You notice him by the way that his head is shaved down the side over his ears. Something that I remember P.J. Roberts doing a very, very long time ago, who has sprinted from the analysis area to come and join us in the commentary box. PJ, it's an Australian side that has rapidly improved. They're now ranked 32nd in the world. They are coming up against one of the top 10. Obviously, Argentina ranked 7th. What can we expect from this game, particularly from the Australians?
I think we'll expect a very disciplined performance. That's one of the things that 𝐬𝐳𝐫𝐭 has really forced onto his team, and he's impressed with their individual discipline as well as the team discipline. They do play as a unit. They do play with a lot of depth as well. When they do substitute, they make the 4 substitutions, and they don't lack any quality when they do that. We will expect them to keep it very tight in these early stages, very compact in defence, and they will try and go forward and get Argentina on the counter-attack by moving the ball forward very quickly.
8 different goal scorers then in the Australian lineup. Only 4 in Argentina, but 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐻 is the man of the moment. Doesn't seem to miss the target when he shoots. 1 downfall for the Australians. Charles O'Brien, who received a broken arm in the game against Malaysia, missed the last game that they played against England, but also will be missing for the rest of the tournament. He had to fly home for recovery. Wants to be ready as quickly and as soon as possible. So only a squad of 11 at the moment for the Aussies. Here's Wright, the skipper, who gave a fascinating interview after the game the other day against England. Very insightful about the Australians and how they enjoy themselves when they're all together. I seem to remember it was you at pitchside, PJ, interviewing him.
It was some good Australian colloquialism. Always good to see that expressed. But, yeah, Lachlan, he did emphasise the fact that there is a real tremendous camaraderie amongst the team, even though they haven't been together that long. Well, they basically met in KL.
They haven't trained together, just been thrown together at the last minute. Players coming in from all over the place. And to gel the way that they have and to do what they've done, it's quite remarkable. And that's testament to 𝐬𝐻𝐻𝐿 there and what he has actually done to this side.
Well, you look back to how they select the players for this, and they select the players from national championships or from different states. So you've got players from all of the states in Australia. But when they bring in and they play to a certain system, it does emphasise the fact that they do understand futsal, they do play futsal regularly, and they've been playing it from a very young age.
Well, Beans, though, you've joined us up here in the commentary booth, PJ. We need somebody to patrol the floors. We've got Andy Penders. Andy, what have you got for us?
I managed to speak to both sets of players before the game. The Argentines have a swagger both on and off the pitch. They're extremely confident that they're going to win this game convincingly today. I spoke to 𝐬𝐻𝐻𝐿 too, who's very aware that the Argentines like to attack down both flanks and then cut the ball back in. He says he's going to start his team very physically today.
They are big lads, there's no questions about that, as Wright just shows a little bit of power there as well and just tries to bully the Argentinians into submission. Again, you'll see you have 4 seconds to kick the ball in. We saw the official there with his arm in the air. He actually counts to give an indication to the players of how long they have to kick the ball in. Futsal totally different, of course, than the conventional 11-a-side, and as rules transpire, we'll explain one. Here's one now at the bottom of your screen. There are 5 green dots. 1 red dot equals a foul. 5 of those for the 6th foul that is then committed. There'll be an undefended free kick from the 10-metre line as 𝐬𝐻𝐻𝐿 just absolutely drills one into row Z. But a good start from the Aussies, not overawed, PJ.
No, it is a good solid start, and they won't be overawed either. A lot of these players have played quite a few games for Australia, and like we mentioned, played futsal from a young age, and they're all very competent on the ball, and I think that's a real sign of the good teams versus those teams that are more outdoor football related, is that every single player is really competent and composed on the ball. We see it with Argentina, we see it with Brazil, and we do see it with Australia. But where Australia's success will come from today is in their defence. If they stay compact, they stay disciplined, they track the runners, and they don't get drawn out and sucked into Argentines playing this sort of play, then they're in with a real shot in this game.
As 𝐳𝐵 was mentioning earlier, draw not good enough for Australia to go through as group champions. Whoever finishes second in this group, because that's a little bit cynical there. That has totally incensed the Argentinian bench as well. But that was a very, very, very strong challenge there. And of course, the target is 𝐕-𝐻𝐻𝐿. 𝐕zarri there lashes out. He's a lucky boy.
Well, 2 fouls so far, and both have been on 𝐕-𝐻𝐻𝐿. He is obviously Argentina's key player. As you mentioned, he scored nine goals. He's really the standout player so far in this tournament, and Australia really trying to get stuck in, I guess, from a traditional sense. But in futsal, you need to be careful with that. You give away 5 fouls, and then you put yourself under a lot of pressure.
Here they come again. Wright creates a yard and scores! Can you believe it? Lachlan Wright skips past the challenges, drills one, and there's absolute shock here at the Stadium Nagara. The Aussies are one up.
Lachlan Wright, Captain Courageous, just here, just lining up. Well, this so it was, just pulled the passing, created that couple of yards of space and drilled it in the top of the net with his right foot. He is a favoured left foot player, but punishing that in the back of the net, and a cracking start for the Australians.
Can you believe it? Stadium Nagara erupts. Gonzalez has come on. Rotation, very much policy in this game of futsal. You can have a squad of 12 players, 5 on the pitch at any one time, and rotating subs through these substitutes alley, shall we say, that are tape marks just in front of the dugout where you must enter. If you don't, you will be yellow carded, and we've already seen that in this competition as well. But Australia in 7th heaven here. I'm sure if you asked them honestly, they wouldn't have believed that they'd have been one up already. But there is, again, more physical prowess from the Aussies. Already, there's only 3 minutes, 20 seconds gone, and they're 3 fouls up already.
Lachlan Wright it was, just trying to duck inside to bring his teammate into play. Just a little bit of a heavy touch there, following through.
You can see down on the bench, we're looking straight across. The Argentinians are asking the third referee, what about a yellow card? That was uncalled for from Wright, but there could be another chance here. Giovanelli shoots, comes off the feet, that's a corner.
Giovanelli trying a little bit of trickery there to get past 𝐒𝐨𝐵𝐿. It was good defending there from 𝐒𝐨𝐵𝐿, picked the way in which Giovanelli was going to take and blocked it very well.
Vizzari pulls the trigger just over the top. This hasn't been the best start at all from Argentina. We've seen them shell-shocked in second halves of games and unable to add to their tally. But here, it just seems as though they've started the weaker side. Let's get back to Andrew Penders.
Well, I said the game would start physically from the Australians, and I was right. The Argentine bench are waving imaginary yellow cards at every tackle that's been flying in. It's a cracking start.
Thanks for that, Andrew. PJ, it has been physical from the Australians.
It certainly has been physical, and they're not to be overawed.
Oh, just could have been a chance there. Lachlan Wright just in the right place at the right time.
And that is very good defending from Lachlan Wright. We do know that in the game of futsal, when you're playing against a team like Argentina, who are absolute quality, 2 yards out of position in relation to staying compact in defence, and they can thread a ball through that's just so incisive that leads to a goal. You've got to remain incredibly compact.
That's exactly what the Aussies have done there. Forced Argentina all the way back. Russia looks to keep possession. Big forward from Gonzalez, who was missing from the opening 2 games of Argentina's campaign. Came in the last game and it was like a breath of fresh air for them. Long clearance there from Spathis, straight through to the keeper.
It's been a fairly tight and cagey beginning from both teams. Not too many opportunities for either side.
The Aussies yet to rotate, which is interesting. Almost 5 minutes gone, just 5 minutes gone on the clock. Sticking with the same 4 outfield players, which is unusual. Drilled over the top there, and there's definitely some afters going on here. This game is getting very, very naughty. PJ, this is simmering.
It is. Both teams obviously wanting to win this. So much on stake. You win this and basically you get to avoid Brazil in the semi-finals, which means an awful lot. But Keith, it was there who the referee was having a quiet word to. It's good to be physical. It's good to get tight, but you do need to be careful of the foul count situation.
Definitely do. 𝐒𝐨𝐵𝐿 as well was the other one that he was talking to. Here's Gonzalez. There's Keith back there and poking his toe in.
Good defending once again from Keith. He was caught up into the opposing half, tracked the runner. As soon as the ball did land at his feet, he was able to get in and dispossess Gonzalez.
𝐂𝐳𝐵𝐿 looking to make a change. Looks as though it's going to be a solitary one, though. There's Wright using his upper body strength as well to keep possession. Closed down by 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐵𝐿. That hat-trick against Indonesia was magnificent that he scored.
He is another danger player. You'd have to say that 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐵𝐿, Boruto, two world-class players who've really shone so far in this tournament.
Strong challenge there from 𝐂𝐳𝐻𝐵𝐿. Argentina put the full court press on and win it back high up the field. Seems to be absolutely no love lost in this game.
There certainly isn't. Frenetic pace so far.
Gonzalez gives it away. An opportunity for the Aussies again. Wright plays it wide. Great save from 𝐂𝐻𝐵𝐿. Hayden tried to tuck it in.
He did.
But 𝐂𝐻𝐵𝐿 came across with a big save.
He really did. Lachlan Wright did well here, but supported very, very well also from Hayden on the right, and Keith it was on the left. Australia bombing forward very, very quickly on the counter-attack.
Changes again for Argentina. They're on the 3-minute rotation policy. Just under 14 minutes gone. That means every 3 minutes they rotate all 4 players, keeps them fresh.
And they don't lose anything in their play when they make those rotations. Such consistency in movement, such consistency in quality throughout the entire Argentine squad.
Taffarel looks to start and build things up. Belcito, who actually plays in Italy. Fired across the goal, picked up again by the Aussies. Boruto closing down very quickly. Long range shot. Again, the Aussies holding firm.
It is good defending here from Australia, staying very compact. They sit deep, and we see it that Argentina are struggling to get those incisive balls into the D, into the target man. That really will lead to success for Australia if they can prevent that ball into the target man, particularly Boruto it is, who is standing up front at the moment.
He just seems to be a target by the Aussies. They've singled him out. Andy Pendles, you've got something on that.
Yeah, just had a nice quiet word with 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐵𝐿, who said that the plan of attack is obviously on Boruto. They know how many goals he's scored so far in the tournament, and they are going to try and hurt him.
An Australian wouldn't want to do that.
No, you don't go in there with the intent to kick somebody and hurt somebody. That's not the game. There is Boruto who tried to flick it over.
Boruto it is, who slight injury here. Not quite sure exactly what happened there. Looks like he just got a slight knock to his hip. He is such a talented little player, is Boruto. Really the standout player of this tournament so far. He is being denied time and space on the ball so far in this game. But we will expect, as this game really starts to continue on, it will begin to open up.
Godoy just trying to draw players towards him. But again, you see, once it does go into Boruto, they're very, very quick at closing him down. What's the referee giving here? Said that the ball crossed the line. That's a tight decision and a tough call.
Yeah, it certainly was. Fernando did well to dispossess Boruto. But then Boruto, what was impressive also about his play is when the ball's given away, his first instance is to try and get it back. He tries to pounce on the ball. Works very hard also defensively.
Long-range shot fired in just over from Godoy. The interesting thing is, PJ, is there's 12 minutes left on the clock. Again, the clock stops every time the ball goes out so that we have a full 20 minutes of game time. Was that the Australians had committed the first 3 fouls within 2.5 minutes. They now haven't fouled since then. So firm, hard to start with, which is what exactly 𝐂𝐵𝐿 said. Now they're starting to play.
It's a good tactic. And we see Boruto here with a little bit of too much space on the right-hand side. But it is a good tactic, get in early. Although you do need to, as we mentioned now, stay composed and not give away too many silly fouls. But Australia doing a good job so far at this stage to stay very deep and compact in defence and really prevent Argentina from getting any possession inside the D area. They're struggling to get that incisive pass into 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐻.
They are happy to just keep the ball stroking around and try and probe for openings. That's what they're doing now. Taffarel plays it wide. 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐻 cuts inside. Balsito flicks it forward almost nonchalantly. But 𝐒𝐻𝐻 looks as though he's won it back.
𝐕-𝐻𝐻 once again, the ball given away, but he works so hard to get the ball back. He's such a talented player going forward and skillful-wise, but works incredibly hard defensively.
Here come the Aussies, though, and that's a strong challenge from Taffarel.
That's a big challenge from Taffarel.
And that's a yellow card, which you have to say, PJ, with one or two challenges that have gone in from the Aussie boys, that's a little bit harsh if they haven't given the ones earlier.
Yeah, I must agree with that. I don't think that was a yellow card for me. There's nothing wrong with a strong challenge. Adds value to the game.
𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐻 took 3-1 then. Flick forwards. Straight through to 𝐿𝐼𝐻. Again, Argentina just doing their rotation motions again to bring players on and off.
And Argentina, they will not be concerned with this start whatsoever. They will be very patient, very composed. They will continue to keep possession, continue to stroke the ball around, slowly work their way upfield. They will not get flustered with the fact that 10 minutes have gone and they're a goal down. Very professional outfit. They will stick to their game plan.
They're sticking to the shape as well. Allowing Argentina to have the ball away from their goal. Gonzalez just couldn't get that under. Here's somebody you know a lot about, Daniel �McCaw. Actually played with him for the last 47 years, I believe, PJ. You've known him since you were kids, right?
We did, yes. We're the same age, 34 years old. We grew up playing together in the ACT in Australia. Played national championships together from the age of 10. Drafted into the squad after the national Futsal championships in Australia. Still very skillful. Not as quick as he used to be, but he's a great target man, and he's one of Australia's true out-and-out target men. We see where he is standing now, right inside the D. Plays very well with his back towards goal like this, holding it up.
Shot comes in, great save. What a good save that was.
And that's what he does very well.
𝐿𝐼𝐻, sorry.
As you mentioned, that's one of the strengths of Daniel �McCaw. He can play with his back towards goal, hold off the defender, hold the ball up, and it allows runners to run past him, into him, where he can just lay it off for a shot on goal.
Bit of lull in the play. Argentina allowed to have the ball in their own half. The Aussies just close down when they come up to the halfway line. Gonzalez being shepherded out by Hayden. Good defending.
Good defending from Hayden. Showed Gonzalez the line, stayed with him, didn't dive in, just forced him sideways.
Great little flick down the line there. The Aussies looking to break on and keep coming forwards. Good skills though, and good feet shown by Fernando.
I've been impressed with Fernando so far in this tournament. He's big, he's strong, he does have good skills. Very confident on the ball. Works hard to bomb forward early as well.
That was unlucky from Argentina. It was Lapangan, who's got 6 goals in this tournament so far, who was just trying to set the play up.
We do see Argentina now starting to get more possession in Australia's half, and particularly more possession and getting the ball into Australia's defensive D. They're starting to get the ball into 𝐕-𝐻𝐻's feet. Gonzalez, it is, he's in there now. But good goalkeeping there.
It was brave. It was brave. It had to be.
Great little run there from Gonzalez into the D. Tremendous little flick as well. But 𝐵athis, as he has done in every game so far since he's been playing, marshalled that D area very well. Comes off his line very quickly. Seems to be okay. Tough competitor is 𝐵athis.
Ball hoisted forwards, so no real respite. There isn't in this game anyway. It's all end-to-end stuff. Good defending though. Fernando back there this time, hooking it away and hooking it clear.
Australia remaining incredibly compact, defending right on the tip of the D. We see how deep they are. It is important though when Argentina do get the ball and they go back into their half that Australia do gently creep up a little bit further up the court.
Shots raining down all over the place. No foul given there. Hayden thought he was upended, but no, says the officials. What's your take on the officials throughout this tournament, PJ?
Reasonably good. Although the game prior to this one, England against Malaysia, there are a few strange decisions, I should say.
What a goal! What a goal! Cavalier just pulled something out from absolutely nowhere. And boy, oh boy, did that fly like a rocket.
Cavalier just given a couple of yards of space, pulled it on his left foot. That's an absolute pile driver. It was in the back of the net before Spassis could even move. And that is the danger of this Argentine side. The Australian defender was quite tight, to be honest, just a couple of yards off. But Cavalier absolutely unleashing a tremendous shot into the roof of the net. 4 goals in this tournament, you can see why.
Scary, scary, scary. You give a player an inch and they'll take a mile, and that's exactly what happened there. Will that sting the Aussies back into some sort of action? Well, they're pushing forwards now. Poor, that's poor from the court. Expect a little bit more from him with his experience and knowledge of the game.
𝐁𝐚𝐫𝐭 would have wanted that corner kick just to be on his right-hand side a little bit more. Couldn't really hook his foot around it. It is a set piece on a corner kick. As such, you do line it up for that near post runner to the tip of the D to strike it first time.
Tafarel just tries to put the ball through the eye of a needle. He's trying to pick out 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐵.
Australia have been defending well at this point, remaining compact, but they have in the last 5 or so minutes struggled to get any decent possession in their attacking half. And that is the strength of 𝐁𝐚𝐫𝐭 there. Hold up the ball. Nice little trickery.
Well, as it is, that's going to be an Aussie free kick. As you can see, the Australians have committed 3 fouls. They've been very good boys for the last 10 minutes. But the Argentinians have caught them up and overtaken them, drilled straight at 𝐿𝐻𝐵𝐻. Good save, though, from the keeper.
Good save. He is a good goalkeeper. We haven't seen him come out into players yet. He does like to step forward, does like to get involved in the power play.
Oh, this could be a goal. Good save. Spassis pulls off a very, very good save. Baruto just comes from absolutely nowhere, picks it up, fires one in, and again called into action. That's another big save from Spassis.
Spassis, 2 tremendous saves. But Argentina now with some decent possession, starting to find more openings in the Australian defence, finding a few more shots on goal from a little bit closer up the court from the first 10 minutes of the first half.
Oh, don't want to be doing that. 𝐁𝐴 with a little clever flick as well down the line. No one reading it on that occasion. Wright's back on now. Played a good 10 minutes before he went off for a breather. Here he is again. Wright just plays it wide. No foul given yet again. Starting to infuriate the players. That could be a problem, but that's a poor header. Good save yet again. Boards go flying. It's all happening down here at pitch side. What's going on at pitch side? And defenders.
Well, I thought I'd give an update on what the benches are saying. The Aussie guys are screaming out instructions, but the Argentine coach there, 𝐁𝐴, is the coolest man in the world. He hasn't said a single word all game. He just seems to be very happy and very quiet.
think he's happy with the way his side started. He'll definitely be happy with the way that it's gone for them now, though. Managed to pull back that equaliser. But I can tell you something, after this tournament, there's going to be huge shiftings in the rankings for one or two teams, and you would hazard a guess that the Aussies will be going only one way, and that is up.
It's been a good tournament so far. They've done very well. They've looked very solid. They've started this tournament incredibly well. 3 straight wins. It's a testament to Scott Gilligan and his coaching staff. Very little preparation.
That's right, PJ.
Yeah, they've done very well. I've been impressed with how well they've gelled. As I said, no training camp early on. They arrive in KL, basically meeting here in KL.
Right with a turn, the 5th foul from the Argentinians. And as you know, if you've been keeping an eye and abreast on this game, what happens is anymore, it is an undefended free kick. And, well, the referee's given an undefended free kick here. Well, the Argentinian bench is going ballistic here. The referee's pointed to the 10-metre spot. Well, they've been given a technical foul. It must be a technical foul, so a double foul awarded to the Australians, which means a 10-metre undefended free kick. This is a situation which means nobody can put anybody in front of the wall. It's 1 against 1, and it's going to be 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐵 who will come up against Elias. 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐵 to get his 3rd of the tournament, and he does emphatically drill it straight down the middle. The Aussies are back in front.
Right from that into the top corner of the net. Elias was the goalkeeper. You look how he just stands tall and strong. He does not move. 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐵, tremendous strike. Picked his spot, rifled it into the top corner of the net. Elias, the goalkeeper, just stood his ground, stood big and strong, but 𝐕-𝐻𝐵 picked his spot.
What a strike that was. Absolutely emphatic. And if Steve McMahon is watching at home, and I know he is, Steve, that is a 10-metre kick, how it should be taken.
It certainly is, and to be honest, it's not that easy to score from that distance. We see them, and the scoring rate is generally not so high. You've got to pick your mark.
The Aussies with a golden opportunity to nick another one. This tournament has just turned itself on its head, because in a lot of people's eyes, Argentina, they might be second favourites, but after this one, well, they might not be second favourites. The Aussies have come here to play.
They certainly have. They're up for this game. Speaking to them last night, having a chat with them this morning, they're thoroughly looking forward to this fixture. They do feel that they have come on leaps and bounds. They won't be overawed. But the Argentines, they are a tremendously professional outfit. They know that there's still a long way to go in this match. They will stick to their game plan. They will be composed. They will keep recycling the players inside the D, getting the ball forward.
Good movement. Just the finish, letting Gonzalez down. Another opportunity goes begging.
That was a tremendous opportunity there for Argentina. Getting the ball into the D, cutting it back. As we mentioned, Argentina will not get flustered with the fact that they are a goal down. They'll continue to stay composed. They'll continue to move the ball around. When we talk about recycling the players, they mean moving into a forward area, into the D, and then coming back out into a deeper area. You don't just stick with one target man who just sits forward. They're all utility players. They can all move around. They all do have different strengths and weaknesses.
And that's exactly what they're doing. Argentina looking for the foul, not given. Good chance here. It's in the box. Fired straight at the keeper. Spathis did well there, staying on his feet.
I've been really impressed with Sintetis, I must say. And that's a true sign of a good goalkeeper in futsal. When they do stay on their feet, there is the tendency, when it seems as though someone's going to have a shot, to hit the ground and try and spread yourself. In futsal, a key skill for a goalkeeper is to remain on your feet, to remain big. We see 𝐂𝐻𝐳 does that quite often. Sintetis has also done that. And who would want to be a goalkeeper in futsal?
Well, we saw yesterday before the game that England played, Puddleoff, the goalkeeper, got smashed in the face and nearly broke his nose. So, no fun being a futsal keeper.
I actually had a bit of a chat with him before the game against Malaysia, and yeah, nice bit of swelling there. He's a big lad, tough competitor. He said he tried to header it.
3 minutes left of this first half. Keith tucks it down the line. 𝐁𝐴 looks to try and get forwards and in the box. It's Fernando that elected to go elsewhere. Good play. Keith. It's another one just over. Again, the Aussies not sitting back and are literally going toe-to-toe with the Argentinians.
No, Lafayette was who set that up. He's another player who's big and strong and also very skillful. Clever little piece of skill on the left-hand side to lay it back into Keith, who struck it first time. And when you watch these games of futsal, particularly when you watch the top teams like Argentina, Brazil, Iran, every single player is so composed and so skillful in tight areas.
Great work there.
Look at that, he's only a little fella. You've got Nolafi, 𝐁𝐵 trying to get tight on him. His shorts are almost around his ankles and he was still on his feet.
Balsito keeps it simple. Godoy. Little give and go motions again from Argentina. Taffarel, all the players involved. The one thing we haven't seen so far in this game is Elias, who likes to push forwards and join in the play. Maybe join in and come up with a power play. Ball played to the far post. Hayden desperately trying to get on the end of that and slides that behind the goal.
Yeah, exactly. That long diagonal ball is a good tactic that can be utilised when the occasion does arise. We generally use it when the opposing team gets caught a little bit too high up the park and someone makes a deep run like Hayden did just then. But it must be diagonal. Very difficult to make it straight down the middle of the court.
Good shot came in there from Balsito. Looking to try and cause a problem or two, but again, Sintetis right up to the task. A very good game this first half. It's come good when he's needed to. Balsito, Godoy. Steps inside one, steps inside two, but experience there from Giovanelli, who just lets it run back to his keeper.
It was a good piece of skill there. But well defended by Australia. The first defender, the second defender, the third defender, all staying very compact and supporting. It's so important in the game of futsal when you are defending that all four field players remain compact and remain together. You need to provide cover.
Giovanelli with a shove there in the face of Bruto. He's not happy at all. Play allowed to continue. Hayden just couldn't keep it in. Might have caused a problem or two there.
Good defending from Ballisto. He's a tall, strong individual. Giovanelli it is, just with a
fob.
Slight shove to
the
Bruto.
Fob. The fob, the hand to the face.
Oh.
Steve McMahon was
the fob.
very graphical with what the fob was the other day. When players come in, you feel for them, you try and find out where they are, and the fob is when you catch them in the face. There you go, look, there is absolutely no love lost in this game. And if we thought the game before this was getting a little bit tense, this has potential to boil over.
It certainly does. It seems to be going that way. Bruto has been the Argentine player who's been given a decent serving here.
He's giving it back as well, to be
He
fair,
did there.
to the little man.
He's a strong little competitor. So strong on the ball. You look at his size and his physique, and he's only quite slight in nature, but he's so strong.
There he is again, looking to get round everybody. But the Aussies breaking forwards. That's got to be a free kick. While the Aussies on the bench are up in arms. 𝐒𝐳𝐫𝐭 looked as though he was fouled there.
It certainly did look like a foul. I only think the referee may have thought that 𝐒𝐳𝐫𝐭 had lost the ball, but nevertheless, Ballisto did take him down.
Well, last 10 seconds now, and as they're counting down, more fans arriving here at this magnificent stadium. And that is the half, and that's the half that has shocked basically every single person within this arena. Everyone thought, well, Baruto is trying to get at the referee, and he's been escorted off by two of his own players. That is how mad it is here at the moment. Argentina find themselves trailing to a well-organised and a strong, physical Australian side. It's half-time here in the KL World Fives. Shebby Singh and Jen will bring you all the highlights after this short break.
Rồi做咩依家？ I can't hear anything. Yes. Hello. Test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Welcome back to Star Sports Live and exclusive coverage of the KL World Fives, but also happening in the same venue is Nokia Football Crazy live from Stadium Negara. And make sure you come and join Andy, Jamie, 𝐂𝐳𝐭, and PJ and the rest of the gang right here live in Malaysia. That's 10 a.m. tomorrow. Well, we're going to go back to the match, Shabby. Fantastic. Did you expect the score to be Australia 2, Argentina 1 at the halftime?
Yeah, it has been very, very interesting to watch, more than exciting, because if you want to learn about defending, you can watch the Australians in the first half. They've shown tremendous defensive discipline. Of course, coupled with some rough house tactics, they've not allowed Argentina time and space in their own half. For Argentina now, the question really is, do they need to win this game? I mean, they need to draw to become the group champions. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in the second half.
So it's a pretty even first half, but I think Australia had the lion's share of it. But we knew it was always going to be very, very physical. And the Australians committed 3 fouls in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, they were forced to do that. There was the game plan to upset the Argentinians. And then when they got the goal, it was a fantastic goal. I mean, look at that. That definitely is a yellow card. But the referees in this game have been very, very disappointing. They've not been brave enough.
And the early part of the match, it was basically all Australia, wasn't it, Shabby?
It was. They were hitting the Argentinians on the counter-attack, and 𝐿𝐴 has to be very, very strong. But when the equalizer came, what an equalizer. That is top class finishing. Powered in with his left foot into the top corner. Fantastic.
Amazing.
Equalizer.
There was absolutely something out of nothing. And then after this, you thought that the momentum shifted towards Argentina. Yeah,
especially with Cristian Boruto being in good form. He's been literally running the forward line on his own, pulling off, the goalkeeper pulling off another great save. But this game has been littered with unnecessary fouls. That was foul number 6 from Argentina, which gave Australia a penalty kick, and what a kick it was. Absolute class.
And 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐵 drilled that in to put Australia into the lead. There was a dubious foul with the double technical foul. Do you think it was a correct decision by the referee?
Well, I think the referee has got, the 2 referees have a lot of things go. I think they should be stricter. They're not looking out for the off-the-ball incidences that I mentioned that the Australians will employ. So it has been a very, very niggly game. But well done Australia in the first half, because they have managed to upset the Argentinians, and that is half the game won.
Absolutely. And Coach 𝐤𝐵𝐿 from Australia is definitely a happy man, and Andy Panders is pitch side with him.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Scott, you must be delighted with that first half performance.
Definitely delighted. We're playing very well. I think we've got a little bit lucky with the refereeing, I'll be honest. I think some of those tackles we made were a bit over-aggressive, but I think we started intentionally with the 5 minutes, a little bit aggressive. After that, we knew that we'd sort of put them off their game a little bit, and then we had to play controlled aggression from there. But as I said, I think both teams got away with a few fouls there that, well, should have been free kicks, but weren't. So,
what will you be saying to your boys at half-time?
Oh, mate, more of the same. I mean, we just got to play discipline in defence, which we did that half. I think the boys played sensationally defensively. We've nullified that, as I said to you before, that the move down the flank where they knock the pass and give it back. They haven't had one chance from that. We copped a goal because we're supposed to maintain a 15-metre line, but we dropped to 10 metres, which gave them that chance. I've told them, get back out to that 15 metre. We've got to maintain that. Shots from there, the keeper should say, but 10 metres is a bit more difficult. So
best luck second half, Scott.
And Shabby, Coach 𝐤𝐵𝐿, that 2 words that they have done very well and they live by: discipline, defence.
Yes, that's right. I mean, we spoke about their defensive discipline, which has been their strength. And what I'm worried about, Jen, is, in the second half, it could get ugly. I mean, do the Australians need to take the big risk of getting players suspended maybe, before they play in the semi-finals? So I think the Australians have to worry about that, because some of their tactics out there, some of the things they've done, maybe the referees have not noticed them, have been very, very unsportsmanlike.
Well, the Australians are definitely playing very hard, and they are the driving seat at the moment. But earlier today, there was a Group B match, Iran versus China, and we know that the Iranians arrived late on Tuesday. They had problems with the weather back home, but they definitely shook off their jet lag, didn't they, Shabby?
Oh, they're a class above everybody else in Asia. And for China, it was a lesson in futsal. The Iranians have got a fantastic futsal culture. They've got 20,000 registered clubs, and 1-point-something million players who play that. And they showed why they are the giants in Asia. I mean, they could have scored many more than the 6 goals they did against China.
Well, it's a great victory for them. It sets them up to second place in Group B. and then all they've got to do is beat Thailand, and they're through to the semi-finals.
Yeah, and I think they will be looking at a rematch against Brazil in the final, because I rate this Iranian team very, very highly. But again, I mean, how much would they want to? Would they want to go out and say, all right, we will settle for whoever tops the group? It is going to be a difficult game against Thailand for the Iranians. That much the Thais can promise us.
So with that result, China goes into the bowl final and they will take on England. But also in Group A, there was a match played earlier as well. It's between Malaysia, the host nation, and England. It was a fantastic win for Malaysia in City there, Shavi.
It was an important win for Malaysia. I mean, you've got to go out there and beat the likes of England, who are minnows in the game of futsal. It was not pretty. It was not of a high quality. But some of the goals that Malaysia scored were indeed of quality. I mean, this is Fadil Yusof. Drags the ball away from the goalkeeper and puts the finishing touch ever so lovely. I mean, that is classic futsal skill, the drag away from the goalie with the sole of the foot.
But from start to finish, it was very apparent that England was always second best.
They have been maybe second best is being kind to them. I think they've been third best or fourth best, really. I mean, they have been, miles behind everybody else, including Malaysia. Although Richard Follett, the captain, has scored some crackers, and that was 𝐂𝐳𝐥𝐲 as well, who looks like he is a useful player. So, yeah, one or two individuals have stood up to be counted. I think the goalkeeper has done extremely well, Kudalov. But against Malaysia, the Malaysians are just too agile, smaller, and small size and agility made the world of difference.
And there was quite a controversial goal over there with the English players expecting that to be a foul.
Well, there were plenty of talking points. I thought, the referees in those games, in that game were poor as well. And 𝐂𝐨𝐻𝐵𝐻, ever so dangerous in the D area, once again shows quick feet, which I think is something that England will have to learn how to do.
And this is one match that Fadil Yusof will not forget. Harry, 4 goals against England.
Oh, that's brilliant. I mean, that's something, that just puts him in the history books. To score 4 in a game of futsal really shows some quality, and he will take heart from that. He will go on to become a much better player.
So at the end of the day, it was a great result for Malaysia. They move on to the semi-finals of the plate. Any chance?
Oh, well, it is going to be very difficult. It will all depend on who they play. Is it going to be Holland or Thailand? Because I think, Brazil and Iran will show up the top 2 slots. I think Malaysia would prefer to play Thailand simply because of the familiarity. We played Thailand so many times in regional competitions, but Holland will present different problems. I mean, physically, aggression-wise, the Dutch are so much better. So it remains to be seen. But like I said, I think Malaysia would prefer Thailand in the semis of the plate.
Absolutely, it was a great day for Malaysia. The fans love it. So they're the semi-finals of the plate. But the match at hand is Australia versus Argentina. Australia leading 2-1. So it's time for us to take a break. When we come back, the second half live here on Star Sports.
PJ, put your cans on. Put your cans on.
Chevy, you said unsportsmanlike too, brother. Yes. Awesome. Oh, okay.
100 plus and Coke in there.
All right. I'm not doing a thing.
Yeah, it's back on now.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, no, I don't know what was going on there. I haven't touched it, but yes, I'll be speaking at about this level, I'd imagine. Oh, jeez. Oh.
Welcome back to the Stadium Nagara. Australia currently lead Argentina by 2-1. It's been a fantastic first half for the Australians. And joining me is PJ Roberts. PJ, the Aussies wouldn't have expected this. The Argentinians, they're going to fight back, aren't they?
Argentina will be very composed. They will not get flustered, although some of those halftime scenes between coach Jose Fernando Larrinaga and 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐸 looked like they were a little bit flustered. 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐸 was handed out some fairly heavy tackles in that first half. But they will maintain their composure. They will keep possession. They will continue to try and work their way into the Australian half and create opportunities, which they did too. As that first half went on, they got into the Australian D. They were able to get the balls up front into 𝐕-𝐻𝐸 as such. Just like that, I should say.
Nearly an own goal there from 𝐁𝐚𝐵𝐿𝐸. So the Argentinians showing straight away that they want to impose and push. There was a fair bit of pushing done as well. Well, Spathis there just taking no chances, clearing his lines.
Spathis hoping that the ball would run out of play. Did the right thing. Wait to see if it would. Cannot risk anything there. We just see how compact that Australian defence is from this side kick in. You see they maintain almost like a box-like formation, shuffling over and supporting each other with a first and second defender.
Strong challenge there from Keith. Ball's gone behind.
And the key there also, 𝐺𝐕-𝐻𝐸 is standing in front of his opponent there, who it was 𝐕-𝐻𝐸. Not standing behind, which is quite traditional, standing in front to block the pass in.
Another strong challenge going in there. It's going to be Spathis who kick-starts the Aussies again. Spathis with the throw, looking for the goal scorer. 𝐬𝐳𝐸 just couldn't get there, but does win the corner. So again, positive signs for the Aussies, Paige.
Australia have come out in this second half, how they started the first half. 𝐬𝐳𝐸 it was who tried to volley the ball, just caught his opponent on the leg it was there. 𝐵𝐻𝐸, who scored that tremendous strike in the first half for Argentina.
Keith fired that in there to right and just couldn't get enough contact on it.
Quite surprising, actually. Right, found himself in quite a lot of space at the top of the D. Somewhat surprising. It was rifled in. Unfortunately for Australia, wasn't able to direct it in on goal. But we will start to see much more open play from both teams as this second half goes on. And interesting now, we do see the Argentine coach standing up. I think in observations from all their previous games, he generally sits on the edge of the bench there, very composed. Doesn't say a lot, but he is standing up now, barking out a few more instructions, which we have not seen him do in this tournament so far.
Well, another strong challenge there. As you can see, comes, punches, goes through the man as well. Now, Elias looking to come and join him, but then drops off again. Let's get back down to Andy Penders, who's got some news for us. Andy?
Just spoke to a few of the Australian players. Their half-time team talk consisted of keeping up the intensity at the start of this second half, and they're a very happy bench at the moment.
So they should be. 2-1 up against the reigning champions of the KL5s. Argentina winning it 5 years ago with a golden goal. Great movement there of the ball. Well, that's going to hurt. Wright could be in trouble there. He's gone straight to ground. Strong challenge, but he did fall awkwardly. What's this, PJ?
It's initially a great piece of skill there from Ressia, but Lachlan Wright was his teammate actually that he collided with. 𝐺𝐕-𝐻𝐸 coming out to header it, and it is a clash of heads. He is up, he is okay. He's a tough competitor. As we mentioned, we had a chat with him after the game last night. But Brescia, the Argentine, play a great piece of skill there off the set piece to roll it with a sole of his foot, evade the defender, and create that couple of yards of space for him to have a shot.
Here they are again, moving the ball. Fired down, great little flick. Good save. Again, Sintetis comes big.
Great, incisive ball straight into the Australian D. Brescia, it was, who was in the Australian D, just trying to get that little flick on. You do see that from the Argentines. Lots of movement, getting into the D, running across the Australian goalkeeper, Sintetis.
There's Giovanelli retrieving a little bit of treatment. Looks as though he's got a little nick or a little cut on his head there. The Aussies are almost in again. Haven't cleared their lines, Argentina, and pulled just wide. Robert Keith with an opportunity. And again, a chance goes begging.
Very, very lucky play there for the Argentines. Australia with a couple of opportunities. It was some good work out wide initially by Flanagan, who came on to evade his opponent. And this game is starting to get a bit feisty. We've seen Keith come in on a couple of challenges. Another one there on Boruto, and he has been dished out a number of tough tackles from these Australians. Vasari it is now who's having a word to Boruto.
Well, there you go. The yellow card was shown. It's another foul for Australia. 2 fouls down already in this half. Taffarel just looking to keep possession. Godoy, Taffarel. There's that skill again and the wonderful feet of Boruto. Just couldn't create that yard for himself though. Bosito with a give and go. Godoy flicks it forwards, just behind Bosito.
And that is a set move that we have seen from Argentina on a few occasions in this tournament. Bosito, he is very tall, he is very good in the air, obviously because of his height. And we see him drift off, making a run deep into the D to try and pick up a header.
Here he is again, pulls the trigger, but just pulls it wide. So again, another chance begging for Australia.
Argentina starting to get some decent possession in Australia's half. And they are marking the Australian players very, very tight. Sintetis it was there, who had no options, just had to release the ball. Argentina have come out in this second half, all fired up to get a goal back, get back into this game. And that is a big challenge from Boruto.
And did he nudge him afterwards? There could be a real problem here. That could be a red card. Well, that was absolutely stupid of Vizari, if that's what he did.
Initially, it was a tremendous challenge from Boruto. He's been dished out a few tackles. Came in very hard on Vasari, but
he's gone for the ball, look, and he's won the ball. There, he's gone and nutted him in the stomach.
Vasari's headed his belly, that's for sure. Lucky to still be on the park, Paul.
You have to say he is.
It's a bit hard to believe that the referee missed that as well.
Well, when you consider in a World Cup final that Zidane got sent off for exactly the same, one can only wonder.
Vasari quite lucky to still be on the court. He is a aggressive player. I really do like his combative nature, although it does need to be controlled aggression. And Australia do not want to have him sent off because he is such an important player for them.
Argentina still trailing by 2-1. Just over 15 minutes to go here at the Stadium Nagara. Taffarel just looks to fire it forwards and straight off the legs of Flanagan. Here's Taffarel again. Boruto trying to make inroads in and around the D. There's Godoy, looks up and just brings it back to Taffarel. A bit more rotation now from the Argentinian players. The movement's there, but the ball's not from Elias, and that's frustration starting to creep into the Argentinian game.
Elias just trying to force the pass there. There's the Argentine coach, Jose Fernando Larrañaga. We will start to see the Argentine goalkeeper 𝐂𝐨𝐻𝐳 start to step into play as a fifth field player as this half goes on. The Argentines will need to chase the play a little bit more, but they will still not get flustered. They'll maintain a very composed approach, trying to force their way upfield, keeping possession.
Hayden did ever so well there, but so did 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐻. 𝐕-𝐻𝐻 won it back, looking to create a yard for himself. 𝐂𝐻𝐻𝐻 fires it wide. 𝐵𝐻𝐻𝐻. 𝐂𝐻𝐻𝐻 just fires it in off. Great touch. 𝐵𝐻𝐻𝐻 pokes it wide. What a little touch though from 𝐕-𝐻𝐻𝐻. But 𝐵𝐻𝐻𝐻 couldn't provide the quality.
𝐕-𝐻𝐻𝐻, he is absolute class. Initially he set that up, the ball was given away and he tracked back to halfway, made the tackle, got the ball back, but then with a lovely little layback to his teammate.
Ball's gone out. It's going to be an Argentinian ball. Australia are looking to call a timeout, but you can only call a timeout when you've got possession. 𝐂𝐻𝐻𝐻 decides to give the ball to the Argentinian bench, and there is the timeout. Quite interesting to hear what 𝐂𝐨𝐻𝐵𝐿𝐼𝐻's got to say about this, PJ. Let's get down there, let's get up close and let's listen in.
Listen up. Every time the ball goes out, all right, get into these positions, please. Two on either side, one on the junction, the halfway line, target at the front, okay? All I want to see is this player running out, this player running in, this player here, right? So,
diagonal run.
Diagonal run, right? We're giving possession away every fucking time. We're not going to win the game if you keep doing it, all right? You've got to make sure you keep possession. Okay?
Well, we've got the ball, they can't score.
When we've got the ball, they can't shoot. All right. So this guy, just make the diagonal run. This guy come back in. Target out. Okay. Right.
Lads,
three options.
Lads, when we got a two-touch pass and move, two-touch pass and move.
NFC Manager is a chance for you to manage some of the big names. Great monthly cash prizes, and the winner at the end of the season will get an opportunity to go to Europe and watch a major football game with $3,000 to spend. Make sure you log on to ESPNstar.com and find out how to play those games. They really are wonderful. PJ, just going back to that timeout, what's your thoughts on that? Was he saying exactly what needed to be said, or would you differ with what he said?
Yeah, no, good tactics from Scott Gilligan there, definitely. He's happy with the way they're defending, very compact in defence, but he is frustrated with how easily they are giving possession away. Spaffis, tremendous save, as he mentioned again.
Dives all the way over to his right and pushes it away. Let's get straight down to Andy Penders, who's got something from the Argentinian bench. Andy?
The Argentina timeout was quality. Coach Larranaga was godfather-like. Just asked them the question, are you boys going to play?
Well, are you? That is the big question. When you've got a side with the quality of the players that he's got in and they're not performing, sometimes a little bit difficult. They have got the class. It's just one of them days, and it happens sometimes, doesn't it, PJ?
It certainly does. But such is the beauty of this game of futsal, is that at any moment, a little bit of individual quality and class can prevail. Argentines have a number of those players in their
Lovely
squad.
1-2, great shot. Spaffis again, big and strong. Taken very, very quickly as well by Gonzalez.
And the game can turn on its head so quickly. There's still plenty of time to go in this game. 13 minutes to go. We are in for a real treat.
Foul count lower than it was in the first half. Unfortunately, Hayden just couldn't keep that ball in play. That will mean that the Argentines have the chance to work a set play from a kick-in. Remember, no throw-ins in this game. Futsal, only kick-ins. Drilled and fired straight into all those gold and green shirts. finally the ball goes behind the goal, and Sintetis will take possession.
We do see Argentina defending further up the court than they did in the first half. They're trying to win the ball back a lot quicker than what they did in the first half. They were quite content to sit a little bit deeper to absorb the pressure and try and get Australia on the counter-attack, but they are defending and they've won the ball
Here
back.
they come again.
There.
It's got to be! He's hit the side netting. 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐻 with a golden opportunity to drill that home. Sintetis could be in trouble here. Looks like he's fallen awkwardly, and that could be a real blow to the Australians, but here we go. Beautiful. Did just clash into him, so he should be okay.
Beautiful counter-attacking play there from Argentina. Australia giving away possession too easily in the middle of the court. Argentina pouncing on it. Two incisive passes from one side of the court straight to the other. And 𝐕-𝐻𝐻𝐻, to be honest, with his quality, truly should have put that in the back of the net. Good to see that Sintetis is okay. But worrying signs there for Scott Gilligan. Argentina really starting to open up what was, in the first half, a very compact Australian defence.
Do you want to play? That was the only question that was asked at half-time. Just seems now that the Argentinians are coming to the party.
They have certainly picked up the intensity. Australia did seem to have them a little bit rattled in that first half with their slightly physical approach, but to say that, they matched that physical approach with quality, being able to keep the ball and create opportunities.
Giovanelli's been brought back on now. Looks as though he had some butterfly stitches put on his head.
He had a slight cut with the challenge in the head in the air with Lachlan Wright. And he is one of Australia's most important players, plays professionally in Italy.
Argentina trying to move the ball, trying to create an opening. It's exactly what they do at the far post. The little layoff shot comes in. It's hit Giovanelli, and Giovanelli furious with Wright. Just turns around and has a go at him.
Very impressive play there from Argentina. 𝐕-𝐻𝐻𝐻 it was who drifted off onto the far side. And it's that long diagonal ball straight through the heart of the Australian defence. You see 𝐕-𝐻𝐻𝐻, he is playing much further up the court. And he drifts wide to try and look for that diagonal ball on all occasions.
Australian kick in. So, just under 11.5 minutes to go. Australia still lead Argentina, who are ranked 25 places above them in the world by 2-1. Giovanelli finds Wright. It's played out wide. Shot comes in. Big save as well. Elias going down to his left.
Elias, very good save. Good play there from Lachlan Wright. Nice little 1-2, carry it through the middle and lock it off to Laffy. Now, Laffy did well to hit the target there. Not easy to hit the ball when the ball is rolling down the sideline away from goal. It's such an acute angle to hit the target. But he has done well. Australia, for much of this second half, have been slightly pegged back in their own defensive half.
Right. Now Laffy just plays it down the line. Elias was there. Hasn't ventured forward like we've seen in the other games. Testament again to the way that the Australians have defended and pinned and pushed them back.
Yes, it is quite exciting when he does come forward. And he's very effective as well. We know he's got a tremendous strike from distance. We will see him come out if Argentina are still trailing. Like you mentioned, Paul, it is a testament to this Australian defence and how tight they are getting to their opponents. Giovanelli it is who's having...
He kicked the ball away, actually, which was why the referee called him back. Said, none of that, please. And now he's telling him to make sure that he's back. Here they are looking to move the ball. Gonzalez fires it in. A little header that comes off the crossbar from 𝐻𝐻𝐻𝐻. Give the Australians now a quick chance to counter-attack.
Gonzalez with a tremendous strike there. But it was the run of Brescia that went in front of the Australian goalkeeper, Sintetis, that basically got in his line of sight. He couldn't see the direction of the shot.
3-on-2, right. Right, it's still right. It was all wrong for the Argentinian defence. But how close there was Lachlan Wright of opening another goal opportunity for Australia.
Hustling and bustling down the centre of that Argentine defence. And that's what Scott Gilligan is alluding to there. 𝐒𝐳𝐫𝐭 giving the ball away too easily.
Oh, it's got to be. It had to hit the back of the net. It's gone just wide. 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐴, who's got 6 goals in the tournament, I can't believe he's missed that.
𝐕-𝐻𝐴 really should have put that in the back of the net. Once again, Argentina counter-attacking from Australia, giving away possession too easily.
Ebb and flow now, ebb and flow. Great challenge from Wright. The game, the tempo and the pace has really picked up here, hasn't it, PJ?
Very impressive play from Argentina. Very impressive play. Closing Australia down very, very quickly. Trying to win the ball back as quickly as possible. And then when they are going forward, they're going forward with numbers. They're going forward with great width. There's also a lot of depth. 𝐕-𝐻𝐴, who is playing in very much an advanced role. Ressia also recycles into that Australian D. And Argentina just so impressive with that 1- and 2-touch football and those 10, 15, 20-yard balls along the ground to feet. They are starting to get the Australian defence a lot more spread, and that is danger signs for Scott Gilligan and Australia.
Sebi's famous old mops come out to mop the floor. Osito, back to Elias. How long will it be before we see him pushing on a little bit more? Argentina looking to work the space, looking to work the holes. Not a lot of movement ahead of him. Godoy with a little... Elias coming forwards. Elias plays it wide. That was a poor effort from Belcito. He should have hit the far post or at least the target there.
It was his first touch that let him down. He got caught in 2 minds. Opting to control it with the inside of his foot as opposed to his sole, where he could have almost stabbed the ball on goal.
Belcito found himself free again, couldn't bring that one down.
Australia really need to regroup here as we see Hayden come back on. They are getting stretched in defence. They are not as compact as they have been in this game. Argentina with plenty of possession in and around the Australian D.
Godoy. Baruto. Belcito fires high and wide. He'll give the Aussies a chance for a little bit of composure now.
Australia do need to be very composed now when they do have the ball. They are giving the ball away way too easily. The more possession Argentina gets, the more opportunities they are going to have to get back into this game. And the more tiring it does get for Australia. It is much harder to defend than it is to attack.
Sito plays it wide. Baruto still being closely marked and shackled by Giovanni. No full court press yet. Baruto drops deep. Giovanelli in front of him. Corner. Good work there from Taffarel.
Taffarel did very well. Great movement from the Argentines. You see them recycling play. Players moving forward, moving across the Australian D, then coming back out on the opposite side of the court to pick up the ball.
Taffarel. That's the quick stab that we were on about, the toe poke. Golden opportunity.
What a ball from Baruto. From one side of the court to the other, straight into Taffarel. And like you mentioned, Paul, controlling it, caressing the ball with the sole of his foot, then stabbing at it. You're able to disguise the shot and get the shot away very, very quickly. Australia giving the ball away too easily once again. They are putting themselves under immense pressure by failing to look after the ball when they do have it in possession.
Baruto sorts his feet out. Was that a penalty? That was tough and very, very physical. gingerly getting to his feet is 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐻.
He certainly is a tough little competitor. And we have a better look at it here. Got a little bit scrappy in here, but Wright it was who came in very, very strongly. Did look like he got a little bit of the ball.
Here come Argentina, far post, simple, genius. That's Argentina, and that's how you play futsal. What a finish from 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐻. The passing, the movement, it was all there. It was all part of that quality goal. Argentina are level.
Absolute quality, and the goal came from Australia giving the ball away too easily once again. 𝐕-𝐻𝐻𝐻 it was who worked so hard to get forward into that Australian D at the far post, where we have seen so many goals scored in this competition. But a tremendous ball in there from Gonzalez to find 𝐕-𝐻𝐻𝐻, and Argentina deserve to get back on level pegging. They really have dominated this second half.
That's 𝐕-𝐻𝐻𝐻 on 7 goals now so far throughout this tournament. Here come Argentina again, though. It's got to be a slide tackle. What's going to happen here? It's yellow. So 𝐭𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐻 finds himself in the book. The Australians concede another foul.
That is a very big challenge from 𝐭𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐻. We know that you cannot do a slide tackle. I've got to say, that is a fantastic tackle. If it was outdoor football, there'd be absolutely nothing wrong with it. The fact that it is futsal and you cannot slide tackle means that it is a yellow card.
Let's quickly get down to pitch side for an update.
The reaction to that goal was sensational. I was right in the middle of it. The Argentina bench leapt off their feet. I almost got a cuddle. That goal meant so much to them.
They're still pushing, but they've given the ball away. Well trapped back. 𝐕-𝐻𝐻𝐻 it was.
Australia once again giving the ball away too easily. They're putting themselves under immense pressure every time they give the ball away like that. Argentina are so impressive on the ball. They look after possession very well, move the ball quickly.
They go forwards quickly as well, don't they, PJ? They push Argentina back. They don't just rest in their own half. It's a question of let's get up there and get away from our goal.
And they do it very, very well. Forcing Australia back, pegging them right back onto the top of their D. Australia has been very compact in defence, but they are beginning to get stretched. And one of the reasons is because Argentina are starting to have so much possession in this second half.
This scoreline will suit Argentina. That means they will go through top of the group. As for Australia, can't help but think that they were trying to hang on, because the loser of this game will more than likely, in fact 99% certain, be playing Brazil in the semi-final, the cup semi-final. We've got all the action coming to you on Star Sports from the KL World Fives.
And Paul, it does illustrate the importance of this game. And when we did see Argentina equalise, Andy mentioning that he was down there at the bench, we could see also from here how much it did mean to them to go through top of the group and avoid Brazil in the semi-final.
Great ball, great touch, good save. The Aussies not backing down.
Excellent defending from Argentina. It seemed as though Australia were going to counter-attack quickly, but Argentina worked so hard to get back behind the ball. And we do see this, these top teams at these KL World Fives, Brazil, Argentina, Iran, they all work so hard defensively. I guess one player that does illustrate that is 𝐕-𝐻𝐻𝐻. He is known for his goal scoring and his quality up front. But you watch him, he does work so hard defensively to get back and win the ball.
Just under 5 minutes to go then in this Group A game. It is the final game in Group A, so the table will be complete after this. 2 Group B games coming a little bit later on. The big one after this is Brazil.
Clever little play there again from 𝐕-𝐻𝐻𝐻, receiving the ball, just trying to chip it over the foot of 𝐭𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐻 down the line. Good defending from 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐸.
He's just trying to turn him inside out there as well. But 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐸 is actually a very, very accomplished and good player, isn't he?
He certainly is. Very experienced. He's only young, but very experienced, having been playing in Italy now for 3 years. Good skill. Composed. He's strong. He's got a good strike. Very good defender as well. You see a tremendous challenge there from 𝐕-𝐻𝐸.
Could there be a little bit more of a shock here? 𝐕-𝐻𝐸, look who's back there challenging
𝐕-𝐻𝐸.
Tell you what, he's had hold of his shirt there. He needs to be very, very careful. They would hate to lose him for the semi-final.
He certainly would. 𝐕-𝐻𝐸, just fantastic. I love the fact that he scores goals and he's brilliant technically going forward. But it's his defensive nature, which I absolutely adore.
Definitely one to watch from this weekend. Strong play and challenges flying in. Here he comes again. 𝐕-𝐻𝐸 keeps possession. 4 fouls now for the Aussies this second half, none for Argentina.
That basically illustrates the amount of possession that Argentina have had. The more defending you need to do, the more prone you will be to committing more fouls. Argentina have stuck to their game plan. They haven't...
Oh, that's brilliant.
Quality.
That's brilliant. Oh. What a save. But that was absolutely sublime skill from 𝐕-𝐻𝐸. What a save as well from Sintetis. 2 bits of genius there. One from the keeper and one from the little Argentine.
Look at little 𝐕-𝐻𝐸 there. Nutmeg is what we refer to it as. Flanagan getting caught there. 𝐕-𝐻𝐸 just set him up, and then Sintetis with a tremendous save as well.
Fernando tries to slow it down a little bit for Australia, then makes a move forwards. Great ball. What an opportunity that was to take the lead. Daniel McCaw busting a gut to get forwards there and try and hit the target. 𝐕-𝐻𝐸. Sintetis again.
End-to-end action. 𝐁𝐚𝐸𝐸 did a great run down the sideline to pick up the pass from Flanagan, which was almost a full length of the court, but then it was straight down the other end where 𝐕-𝐻𝐸 had another opportunity. This game has really opened up, and it seems that both teams are not too intense with the draw. Australia obviously needing to chase the win more so than Argentina. In this final 3 minutes, I would like to see Australia defend a little bit higher up the court, try and win the ball back a bit quicker, potentially sneak a win and finish top of the group. But that does lead you to be slightly susceptible to the counter-attack of Argentina.
Sintetis nearly makes the first mistake of the game for him. Fortunately, there are 4 other players there to help you out.
He was put under pressure very, very quickly. You just see Argentina defending very high up the court, putting Australia under pressure immediately and being forced into giving the ball away. And it has been a true credit to the way that Argentina have defended in this second half. Defending high, putting Australia under immense pressure and winning the ball back. Australia haven't been able to deal with that pressure as well as they did in the first half.
Ball just screwed into no man's land, which means Australia can get hold of it. Fernando just rolls it forward. Here's right turns. Here's Fernando again. Good strong challenge yet again. Russia just couldn't keep that in play. That's gone out. It's going to be an Aussie kick in. Under 2 minutes to go here at the Stadium Nagara. This would be only the second draw of the tournament if it was to stay like this. The other draw happened on day 1 at the very, very late game, where Holland drew 3-3 with Thailand. At least we found four teams that are bunched quite closely together. Here they come again, though, the Argentinians, but the Aussies at least standing strong.
Yeah, defending a little bit high up the court now, trying to win the ball back. They would like to try and sneak a win here. A valiant effort, nevertheless.
What does this mean, though, for futsal in Australia, Peach? Because, I mean, you're playing one of the teams that are in the top 10. They're ranked 7th in the world. You've matched them. You've been ahead of them. for pretty much most of the game. And then if you can get a point out of this, how big a boost is that?
It's a fantastic boost. It really is a tremendous boost, and it does illustrate.
Oh, what a goal! What a goal! From one end of the pitch to the other, Fernando! Can you hear the drums? They are calling. What a goal!
And that is against the run of play. Fernando coming on, continuing his run straight into the tip of the D. But Sari it was who picked him out. And Australia, under so much pressure in this second half, have caught Argentina on the counter-attack, and they are winning this game with 1 minute to go.
And we're talking there about what would it mean for Argentine football if they're going to draw. What will it do for Australian football if you get a win?
Absolutely tremendous. Hopefully the Australian press will jump on it. There's still a minute to go.
Loads going on. What a goal! Elias comes big with a toe punt. That's the first goalkeeper to score in this tournament, and we know he can do that. He pushed up from the back, nobody closed him down, and he absolutely ladders it into the top corner.
Elias with an absolute rifle. We have not seen him come into the Australian half this whole game, but given half an opportunity with a toe poke, he has punished that into the roof of the net.
Right!
Ooh.
Unbelievable. What a grandstand finish here in the last 60 seconds. Is there going to be more drama? Well, we can hardly catch our breath here.
There's that man. What a strike. He is a goal-scoring goalkeeper.
That's his first in the tournament.
What a strike. Hitting it with his toe.
Ruto, who's been quelled, should we say, in this game. Shackled very, very well.
He's been marked very tightly. Still had the opportunity to illustrate his class on a couple of occasions. Just look at his ability there.
He's holding off two players that are twice his size.
The way that he uses, exactly, Paul, the way that he uses his body to look after the ball. Only slight in nature, but so strong. What a game this has been, Paul.
I thought we were in for a shock there. Then all of a sudden, they found another gear. What a challenge that is, and another one. Well, there is big trouble here. Physios are coming on. There's a little bit of a squaring up, shall we say.
Baruto it is who's on the ground, and it's Fitsari who's in there. Giovanelli's also in there. See, Baruto it is with a little strike. He's gone down here. As we see the replay, would like to have another look at that initial challenge from Lachlan Wright. He did pick up a yellow card. Plenty of words are being exchanged. And here's initially the first tough challenge. Lachlan Wright got up very quickly. For me, I cannot see why Lachlan Wright got a yellow card on that. It was a 50-50 challenge. Baruto came in very strong.
It was total commitment from everyone concerned. That's why the Aussie bench is up in arms.
Yeah, I can't understand that, to be honest. They were two very tough challenges. But the referees bottled it there for me. I don't feel it was a yellow card.
We've already seen him score one. Can he be the hero for Argentina and get a second? Elias will take on Sintetis. Elias it is. Elias hits the bar! No late drama for the Australians. Taken quickly though. Very, very well done from Sintetis, trying to get on with it.
Jesus,
15 seconds left.
Elias absolutely fired that
what
off
a
the
game
post.
this has been. My voice has almost gone calling this one, PJ, because it's been so much fun.
Oh, it certainly has. End-to-end action. There's been tackles, there's been aggression, there's been absolute quality and skill on the ball. It's been such a competitive game. You've got one of the true world champion teams of the game of futsal playing against Australia, where they have no professional league, These players are not professional players.
Long range shots, just goes wide. 3 seconds left. The clock and the game will be played out. There is the horn. The Argentinians celebrate because they will top Group A. The Australians, well, they're devastated because they know that a win would be the only thing that would mean they would avoid Brazil. As it is, they will finish second in Group A and take on Brazil tomorrow. Argentina are yet to find out who their opponents will be. But what a fantastic game here at the Stadium Nagara. Full-time score, Australia 3, Argentina 3.
Alright, Sharks, what's the VT preview? Oh, with the promos, the next game, Brazil-Holland. Okay. Yep. Okay, the match analysis, you just start from the first half, right? Okay. Gilligan, yep. And then do it. Okay. Welcome back to Star Sports Live and exclusive coverage of the KL World Fives. Coming up next is the next match in Group B. It's Brazil versus Holland, and that's live right here on Star Sports. And with me, still 𝐂𝐵𝐵 right here. What a fantastic match. Australia-Argentina, 3-3 draws don't happen very often, do they? But what a match.
That was very, very exciting. Yes, indeed. I mean, if you really study the game of futsal, you could learn how to defend from the Australians. And if you love the attacking side of futsal, then you watch how the Argentinians do it. I mean, individually, They just had simply fantastic players. Some ugly things that we do not like to see in futsal. They are not part and parcel of the game of futsal, more suited to football. But then again, I mean, it was a complete mixture of everything. Excitement, fantastic goals, and a goal-scoring goalkeeper.
Absolutely, this match had it all. If you look at the match analysis, perhaps in the first half, the Australians had a better share of the match. They were very physical, weren't they?
They started the game well. I mean, the opening goal, getting the first goal very early on, I think was very important. After that, they sat back and they defended well. They had a lot of defensive discipline, and the equalizer was simply out of this world. A fantastic left foot strike into the top corner. In the second half, it was still the Argentinians who had more possession, who controlled the game, who had the better chances. But at the end of the day, I think, it was a fair result. Can't take that away from Australia, that they fought extremely hard.
Yeah, the first half was definitely all Australia, and Coach 𝐤𝐵𝐵𝐵 did mention that discipline, defending, and they showed a lot of character in the first half.
They did. I mean, it's never easy when you're up against Argentina with the way they played, with the likes of Cristian Boruto, especially, and try to keep him quiet. Required more than just, skills. I mean, look at that. That was quite ridiculous. And I must say that, I was very disappointed with the refereeing standards. Argentina had enough chances to have won the match and the next one. But credit to Australia, defended well, and some poor finishing helped as well.
They did. Australia made it very tough for Argentina, but perhaps you could sense that later on in the second half, like the Australians were tiring.
I mean, it's never easy because of the smaller Argentinian players, and their agility, is something that you cannot keep up with, and you could see some tiring legs.
And against the run of play, I mean, Australia came back very strongly and took the lead from Fernando, and an upset was on the cards.
I mean, it looked for a while there, at 1-0 it looked like there was going to be an upset, at 2-1 looked like there was going to be an upset, and at 3-2 it looked like game over, but it was not to be.
What an amazing match. The fans were loving all of it, but the Argentinians were just technically superior.
Oh man, I mean, they were amazing. They were simply amazing. I mean, they have been a little inconsistent in some of the games, but today we saw the real Argentina. To concede a goal like that, in the dying minutes of the game would have been a big blow to anybody else. But the Argentinians, they are made of sterner stuff. They showed a lot of resilience, and 𝐒𝐳𝐵 comes up. I mean, we've been waiting for him to find the back of the net, and you cannot ask for a better toe poke than that. Top class.
And it's fitting that the first goalkeeper to score in this tournament had to be 𝐒𝐳𝐵. What an important goal as well.
It was. I mean, the equalizer. And then, when this happens, there was an opportunity for Argentina to win the game. Unfortunately, 𝐒𝐳𝐵 just ballooning that shot. I mean, hitting it a bit too high, goes off the crossbar.
And so that completes all the fixtures for Group A. So what does it all mean? Argentina 3, Australia 3. It means that Argentina goes into the semi-finals of the cup competition, and they don't have to play Brazil.
No, they go in as group winners, winning the group on goal difference from Australia. So, they avoid Brazil. They don't know who they'll be playing in the semis. But Australia know who they're playing. Brazil.
Fair to say there's no easy matches from now, is there, Shabir?
No, not at all. This is it. This is where the knockout competition starts, and you've got to be in peak condition, in more ways than one, to try to find a place in the final.
At the end of the day, it was a fantastic match, and I'm sure that the Australian coach 𝐤𝐵𝐵𝐵 will be a very happy man, and Andy Pendas is with him pitchside.
Scott, what a pulsating game of futsal.
That's how exciting futsal can be.
What was it like on the sidelines?
When you're focusing on coaching, mate, you don't really worry too much about what's happening. Really, I mean, it was a fantastic game. I thought the second half, really, we gave them too much possession. We kept throwing the ball away, and I called a timeout sort of 5 minutes in and said, look, boys, we're going to defend, we're going to lose a game. That's that simple because we keep getting the ball. But exciting game. I mean, when you're a spectator, I think that would have been fantastic for the crowd.
Do you think you deserve to win it?
I don't. As I said, the second half performance, I don't believe we deserve to win it. I'll be honest. But we fought for everything. I mean, we made some fantastic saves. People flying everywhere in the box, which is what Brazil do all the time. We're learning the game. Definitely, we're learning the game. But when we got to 3-2, I knew a minute and a half they're going to bring the keeper up, and I said to the boys, "Look, it's not over. We've got to focus." And unfortunately, we didn't.
You had some very special players today, but the Argentines have a very special player in Burrito.
Oh, definitely. But we targeted Burrito. We knew that he was the goal scorer for their team. Did he score one today? I don't know. I'll have to check the stats. But, yeah, we knew that we had to nullify him most of all. The rest of them, we felt that, well, you know, par for par, we're pretty even. Not so much as technically, but tactically we felt that we could probably hold the rest of them. It was just Burrito that we needed to nullify. So I think we did a good job, actually.
Did a great job. Thanks, Locke. Very entertaining. Good luck, man.
So, Shabby, reactions there from Gilligan. He said that based on the first half performance, perhaps they did deserve to win, but not the second half. He was quite honest, was he?
Well, I'm not sure. Obviously, you know, he's elated with that result. But you know, if you can defend and think that you deserve to win, then good luck to him. You know, because I think, you know, the game is all about who attacks more. And I think Argentina certainly had that. They didn't deserve to lose based on their first half performance. They didn't deserve to draw even based on their second half performance. So all in all, I think, you know, Australia should be a bit humble and accept that they had a very, very good day against Argentina, but it's against Brazil now. They've got to repeat this performance or not better it.
Absolutely. And Australia had a good day, like Shabby said. And also perhaps the captain, 𝐕-𝐒𝐻𝐿achlan, and Andy is with him.
Lachlan, that was very exciting to watch. What was it like to play in?
Unbelievable. The atmosphere, just the pace of the game. We were really up for it today, and geez, that Argentina side, they're very quick, and I think we matched it with them, which was good.
You did. I mean, everywhere on the park there was people moving. There was goals coming in. Talk us through, though, what happened right at the end when you were led 3-2.
Mate, we got up and we thought, a minute and 10 seconds to go, we might have this. We just had to really dig in deep with defence. I mean, but when you've got a keeper like that can hit a ball like that from 15 metres out, mate, I don't think there's many keepers in the world that'll save that. So we can't really do anything about goals like that.
But getting a draw against Argentina, what does that mean for Australian futsal?
Mate, that's would have to be one of the best games I've played with Australia. We're playing against one of the top teams around the world. For us, a team that just met at Brisbane Airport before we came here, we'd never trained together. I think we've got big things ahead of us. If we can just get a bit of training and a few more internationals, we can match it with these guys.
Good luck in the semis, bro.
Thank you very much.
𝐿achlan over there, the Australian captain, he said that was probably the best match played for Australia.
I'm sure that was the best match that Australia have ever played in futsal. They came up, toe-to-toe against Argentina, didn't lose the match, and they will take a lot of encouragement for that. And that, the captain, 𝐿achlan, right, he might be carrying a few extra pounds, but I can tell you he was very, very quick on the pitch.
Very quickly, Shabby, the best match so far in this tournament?
Without a doubt. A match of the highest quality. I saw Holland, Thailand, and I thought that was exciting. But this was really something else. This is futsal at the highest level.
Absolutely. And early on in the day in Group B, there was a match as well. It's Iran against China, and we know that the Iranians arrived late once again on Tuesday. We've seen these highlights a few times, and they are absolutely amazing.
It is. Seeing the highlights again and again, you think, that perhaps the scoreline is going to change because that was how superior Iran were. They are in a different class. China are just learning the game, have picked up, and have done tremendously well in this competition. But individual mistakes, once again, when the lesser teams, their players lose concentration, and they learn that if you make one mistake, you get punished for it. And the Iranians showed that they can capitalize on mistakes, they can create their own goals, they can score wonderful goals as well. So it was a very, very good advertisement for futsal. Credit also to China because I thought they fought very, very hard.
Well, China can look forward to the bowl final with England, but Iran have set themselves up very nicely. They're now second in the table with 6 points. All they really have to do is basically draw with Thailand, but I'm sure they're going to go out with a win, aren't they?
No, I don't. I think they would like to top the group. They would like to score as many goals as they can and hope that, somehow, somewhere, Holland can spoil the party for Brazilians. You want to finish top of the group because it just earns you that much more respect from the opposition.
And that was in Group B. And in Group A, host nation Malaysia took on England. And it was a fantastic day for Malaysia because they won 6-2. And the gulf in class was quite apparent, wasn't it? I'll keep saying that 49 places is the difference. But England will always second class. They're new to this game.
Indeed. I'm glad you used the word class because this was not even up to that. But the English, they are minnows in this sport. They are newcomers to the game. When you are newcomers, you learn the hard way, and they certainly did against a Malaysian team who I think did not really perform exceptionally well in this competition. But the English can take a lot of positives. You don't learn unless you play against better teams. And once again, it is a fantastic learning experience for England.
So how good is this for futsal in Malaysia? They finish with 6 points ahead of Indonesia. They go into the plate semi-final. Their opponents are yet to be determined, but it's been a good tournament so far. How far do you think they can go?
I think this will be the last win of the competition. We don't know. It might be Holland, it might be Thailand in the semi-finals of the plate against Malaysia. It could even be Iran if there are any upsets, to be honest. So I think Malaysia's run ends here. I don't expect too much from them in the semis. But having made the semis of the plate, once again, it's a step up because 5 years ago we played in the final of the bowl.
But results aside, on the pitch, are you been impressed with Balakrishnan's boys?
No, to be honest, I think the performances have not been as I expected. Some individuals have not really played well, but really, they worked hard for their victory over Indonesia, and then when it came up against England, it was a stroll in the park. Well, I would say that 5 years on, I still cannot give you a wording. I cannot say that we have moved forward. I think we're still where we were 5 years ago in terms of the standard of play.
So what do we really need to increase the level and the standard of futsal in Malaysia? We have a lot of facilities, we have venues.
I think simply, we've got to widen our talent pool. We've got to go and search all over the country because, in my belief, I don't think we've got the best players in the country in the team. Obviously, the players who are selected, due to a lot of reasons, players who are available because their employers allow them the amount of time off needed. Some of them are unemployed. But I think there are better players out there who are holding regular jobs who cannot give up those jobs because futsal is an amateur sport. So a lot of sacrifices need to be made, but I hope that at least we can come up with a kind of a semi-professional league first and foremost to entice more players, to come forward to represent the nation. A lot of them are playing out there, but not the best get selected, I think.
Well, you heard it from Shabby Singh over here. Well, we're going to take a break, but when we come back, it's the next match. It's our second live match here on Star Sports. It's going to be Brazil versus Holland. That's coming up live on Star Sports.